Hello people, hello everybody, hello Santa Claus, hello everybody else that I did not mention even though I just said everybody. And I'm flailing my arms up in the air right now because I'm happy to do a commentary because I've been feeling terrible lately and I've been wanting to kill myself. Not really, but I have been getting pretty frustrated with my life recently, and I just figured I'd do a commentary because I need something to cheer me up. And right there I failed because something kept popping up on my computer and I had to check it and see what was going on. But so yeah, but anyways, these things that blow up right here, they are douchebags. They hit me 3 times. 3 times. I just freaking started. How crazy is that? That is terrible. And yeah, so stuff. But yeah, so like I said, stuff kept popping up on my computer right here, and I had to kind of wait for a second to make it go away. But yeah, so this game is pretty cool. Like I said a bunch, and it's slightly harder as you go through the game. But this is the first Kirby in the series, so it's really not that hard. It's a very simple game, and you don't get any abilities from swallowing the enemies since this is the first in the series, and they never established that. But it's very simple. It's simpler times, and the concept is just a lot easier and different than all the newer Kirby games and how people portray Kirby to be nowadays instead of the old Kirby where he just floated around, put enemies in his mouth and spit them out. And yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about the older Kirby and the good old days when Kirby first came out and everybody loved it and it was like, yeah, this is the best game ever. And then whenever they finally advanced Kirby into where he could steal the abilities of all the enemies, and it just changed the entire gameplay. And don't get me wrong, I love like taking the abilities of enemies. Like in the other games, I always eat one of the enemies that like has the sword, so I can always get that sword ability because that is my favorite ability in the game. And this enemy's a douchebag. I just had to say that. I don't like this enemy right here, but he does get harder, which sucks. But I actually have mastered beating him. He's actually pretty simple, but out of all the enemies in the game, he's definitely the toughest. And yeah, so you just gotta learn his pattern and just float whenever he comes towards you and shoot these enemies at him. I'm not sure where those enemies even come from. He probably just shoves them up his butt and then pulls them out whenever he gets ready to fight. But if I was him, I would not keep doing that same pattern because all Kirby's gotta do is just put one in his mouth, and then that's what she said. But he just has to put one in his mouth, and then he's just gotta spit it out. And yeah, so right over here they have a Maximum Tomato and some normal health bottles in there. But if you can get that Maximum Tomato, it gives you full health, so you're good to go. And yeah, so I believe we're getting pretty close to the end of the game. And I don't think this is the last part, but it's like the second from the last, I do believe. And I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end, but I'll tell you, the ending takes some elements like from Mega Man. You'll see what I'm talking about. But right here, you have to just fire your way through all these blocks, and it's very simple to get through. You just gotta float when you get to those little gaps, and you don't want to fly. But I mean, if you do fall through, all you gotta do is just float before you fall all the way off the screen. I mean, very simple. Like, you don't have like a limited time to float or anything. You can float as long as you want, which kind of is game breaking because you can just float pretty much through the entire game, and you don't even have to like come by like very many enemies at all. Like I said, this enemy right here, he gets tougher, but I know how to beat him, and I don't die. So you'll see. I pwned this thing. He is very simple to kill. He changes his pattern every once in a while, and he shoots some lasers and he throws some enemies out. And usually he'll swoop down like that and try to hit you, but I don't know. If you just keep following my pattern, you'll always be successful. And watch me fail right there. Sometimes Kirby's just unresponsive. But yeah, so as I defeat this boss, I will see you guys in the next part, and I salute you with a goodbye.